Hello and welcome back to the Flaxman's YouTube channel, where we provide insurance information and advice for businesses and consumers. My name's Eleanor Appleton from Flaxman's. We don't sell insurance, but we provide solutions when things go wrong. Now, we all know the story of David versus Goliath. Sometimes policyholders can feel a bit like that when they're facing the Goliath that is the insurance company. Now, we all know the end to that story. But in this analogy, an early expert evaluation in David's sling could make all the difference. So what is an early expert evaluation? Why do you need it, and how can it help you? Since the pandemic and the unusually frequent fires and floods in recent years associated with climate change, and even the consequences of the Grenfell tragedy, it is clear that the insurance industry has considerably hardened its attitude to paying claims. Technology has also put more distance between the insurance company and the policyholders, meaning that more and more policyholders are getting unfair settlements unless their claim is particularly straightforward and inexpensive. More concerning than that even is that there's more and more rejected claims due to very heavy-handed behaviour from both the insurers and the lawyers. So when an insurer says no, or they don't offer you enough money or the best solution for your problem, where can you turn to and who can you ask to help? An early expert evaluation from an insurance industry professional expert is the best step forward. You will find out 1. How strong your claim is, 2. How long it will take to make your claim, and 3. How much it will cost. Complex and unfamiliar territory. The law of insurance is very complicated, and even your solicitor might not be that familiar with the ins and outs of it. There can be lots of trips and traps for the unwary. An insurance expert evaluator is dealing with these trips and traps on a daily basis and will be able to spot something within your claim that may make the difference very, very quickly. They can advise what is the key problem and advise you about how to remedy it. You may not even need a solicitor, but if you do, the expert will advise you as to why you would. Whether you are a business or a consumer, it doesn't matter. You can get sound advice from an expert. But you do need to know that the law for consumer insurance is different from the law for commercial or business insurance. So getting advice from an expert from the outset will ensure that you are on the right road from the beginning. To win an argument against a professional insurer or the lawyers that they instruct, you need to know a lot about how insurance works in practice. It is not always logical or fair, and there is a lot of jargon involved. So if you do not know how to navigate it, you are not in the best position to win your case. Of course, few of us know how insurance actually works in practice, so we feel vulnerable as soon as we have to speak to someone who knows more about it than us. Let me give you an example of how this works. I've got a real life case study here that I'm going to read to you. Jackie and Clive run a business that sells and installs log burning fires. They are a successful business over many years and well liked and trusted by their clients, many of whom are builders that use them time and time again. One day, Clive's top fitter installed a new stove in a small countryside hotel. All went well. The stove was a great success for the customers. Until one day, some 6 months after its installation, the hotel suffered a catastrophic fire. It started in the roof and quickly spread to the main parts of the hotel, destroying most of the upper floors. The cause of the fire was found to be a tiny hole in the upper reaches of the brick chimney. The hole was where half a brick was absent for reasons no one could really understand. The hole had been clogged up with soot for possibly 100 years or more, and because the chimney never got very hot before, the soot remained in place and no one could see the hole. The heat from the stove was much more intense and constant, and so the soot was burnt away, leaving a hole which exposed roof timbers to the heat, and hence the fire. Part of the installation job was to ensure that the chimney was checked from bottom to top and it was sound and properly lined, so that the heat from the stove would not set fire to the building. The insurers of the hotel paid for the repairs, but then they claimed the cost of the repairs from Clive and Jackie's business. Clive's insurance company argued that the fitter failed to discover the hole in the chimney when they inspected it before installing the stove. Therefore, they said that it was bad workmanship, and the policy excluded cover for this risk. Clive's broker had only a few months earlier arranged the insurance with the company and was devastated to find that the claim was not covered. He was confident that the policy ought to cover the claim and recommended an early expert evaluation of the facts of the claim from Flaxman's. And this is what happened. The insurance expert was able to 1. Identify the reason for not discovering the hole in the chimney. 2. Dismiss the suggestion of bad workmanship. 3. Prove why and how the policy covered the claim. The early expert evaluation was sent to the insurance company, and the insurer agreed to pay the claim, saving Clive and Jackie's business from bankruptcy. So what is an insurance expert? Well, the full title is an expert to the courts. The courts rely upon people in industry, commerce and profession who are acknowledged experts in their trade and calling. They rely upon those experts to give fair and unbiased opinions on the technical facts of a case. So, for example, a chartered surveyor may be asked their opinion on a property, or an expert in food hygiene, their opinion on the standards of hygiene in a canteen, or a medical expert, their opinion on medical conditions. And so it is with an insurance expert. An insurance expert will give the court their opinion on whether or not the insurance policy covers the loss or not. It takes years of experience and training to become an expert to the courts because the standards are incredibly high and exacting. Experts who do this work are ideally suited to give you expert advice on the facts of your claim before you make your claim or commence litigation. An early expert evaluation is a fraction of the cost of an expert report to the courts because it is a lot shorter and it doesn't include all the supporting materials to present to the court. In simple terms, an early expert evaluation cuts to the chase and it gives you all the ammunition you require to make your claim. In conclusion, the odds are stacked massively against you, the customer of the insurance company, when a disputed claim arises. This is mostly because an insurance contract is massively complex, unintelligible, steeped in jargon and historic insurance practices that only people within the industry really understand. The prospect of succeeding in your disputed insurance claim is massively increased with an early expert evaluation of the merits of your case. In a very short amount of time and an affordable cost, an early expert evaluation will be able to predict the possibility of success of your case, along with the time it might take and the costs. There you have it, the Flaxman's Guide to what an early expert evaluation is. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe by clicking on the button below this video. If you'd like to keep up to date with other useful hints and tips about insurance, go over to the Flaxman's website and sign up to our monthly newsletter. Please do leave a comment below to introduce yourself. Thanks for watching.